How y'all doing? It's Rich James. And today, we're just gonna be having a little discussion. I just want to talk to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been a while. Wait for some of y'all to get in here. I know it's a little dry right now. Probably not even a good time. Probably a lot of people working. But either way, I gotta tell y'all today how good did God, God is. So let's just start, man. So a lot of people they want to know, how did God, how did God get us this information that we need to know? What did He give us? A lot of people don't know what He gave us, and we don't utilize what He gave us. That's a problem. So if you want to understand, if you really want to understand your purpose here, then maybe you should go back to God and see, what did He give you? If He gave you fruits and vegetables and plants and herbs, and we're not using those, you think that might be a reason why you're not figuring out what's going on? If you want to figure out answers, you got to go back to God. If He gave you a brain and you're supposed to be living your life in an image as God, then what are you doing? You eating stuff that man gave you. What did God say? He said your body is a what? A temple. A holy temple, right? So if you are eating stuff that a man made, that's got all these chemicals and preservatives in it, then you're not doing what God wants you to do. You're already losing. You're already not doing something that He wants you to do. If God put hundreds of thousands, millions of plants and herbs, fruits, vegetables on this planet, you think that He just put it here to waste His time? And we all just eating chickens? The chickens is eating the same herbs and plants that God gave them too. But yet we would rather go and take that chicken that's got the same opportunity as we do to go get what God has given us. But we would rather kill that chicken, take him away from his meal that God gave him, when we got abundance of exactly just what we need. When actually that meat, that chicken, is not what you need. If you look it up, Google right now, there's cancer in that meat. God didn't intend for you to eat. What did He intend for you to eat? And it's funny too, because everything that He gave you is in an image. If you cut it open and you look at it, a lemon, what that look like? That's the shape of an eye, right? He puts these fruits in images, and where you can see them and visually know what it's for. That's what your brain is for. He gave you that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's we so lost because we're not eating what He gave us. That's how you build. That's how you unlock your mental capacities. That's how you get up there and understand. You're not gonna be able to understand nothing if you're not receiving what God gave you. You're too busy worried about this or that, or this next movie that's coming out, or this or that. You ain't trying to go find them herbs that's gonna help you see better. You want to see better, right? You got them glasses on, and you're going to get that script updated every time, right? And you realize that it's not getting better; it's getting worse. Because that's man giving you that. That man is giving you that script. You need to go and see what God gave you. What did God go and give you? Did God give you some herbs for that? We go to man. instead of going to God. And that's why we so lost. That's the problem. When we don't know why we here, we want to fight this and that, this religion, that. We all want to fight when we all could just say, what did God give us? You got people over here dying, disease. You got people over here dying, disease. But we all eating the same crap. And ain't none of us eating what God has given us. The people that is, you see, they live lavish. And not even in a sense of luxury, in the sense of health and wellness and being able to just live in Mother Nature and live their life fully. We live in our lives, all this money, depressed, stressed, health in the dirt, mental in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not doing what God wants us to do. We're not receiving what God wants us to have. You know what I'm saying? We're not going back to the herbs. We're not going back to the plants, the flowers. You know what I'm saying? That sun. We receive a lot from that sun. Vitamins. But a lot of people, you got to go through it. You got to go through it. You got to realize it. It's like, it's so sad that we got to go all the way back to like when you were a kid and just realize how beautiful the world is. Realize how beautiful what God gave you is. Go walk outside when you get a chance and it's a nice day, and just be thankful. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. God has given you everything you need. Everything. He gives you everything. If you don't want to go get it, if you don't want to go receive it, He gave you the legs to walk there. He gave you the mind to think about the situation. Now we are under attack. We're under attack. It's a lot of chemicals out here. It's a chemical warfare right now. It's not how it used to be. It's a chemical game. So, the foods that we consuming are not real foods. They're not from God. It's really sad. You see all the mental issues nowadays. It's a lot of mental issues. It's a lot of depression. It's because we're eating chemicals that react with the natural chemicals in our body and react with other chemicals and other ingredients that we're all consuming in that temple, that temple that's supposed to be that God body, that God image. If you're not putting what God gave you in that temple, then you're not going to receive what God wants you to receive, because you're skipping the first step. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, and it's cool. I understand it. I'm going vegan now. I'm really happy right now. I got a lot of energy. I've been doing on this fast for like day 4 right now. No food. 0 food. So yeah, I've been doing not a tablespoon, like a sprinkle of sea salt, natural, organic. This is cayenne pepper. Same. You don't want to do too much. It's real spicy. 8 ounces of water. All natural, pure maple syrup. Always make sure it's organic. Good stuff. And then, of course, like I said, all these things is from God. When you get this stuff and you look at the ingredients, it's one ingredient, because it's from God. That's what you want. You want to understand what you're here for, and go eat what God gave you. Nobody has to tell you what you need to do with your life. God gave you everything you need. He gave it to you. If you are sick, He gave you what you need to fix yourself. He is out here. He gave it to you. Use it. if you are not mental, if your mental clarity is not there, guess what? It's herbs for that. It's all types of herbs for that. All types of herbs for every situation, King. Every situation. Peace, peace, young King. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother. But that's all it is, man. You just gotta go back to what he gave you. It's so sad, man. So sad that our brothers and sisters out here is suffering, going through all the stuff they're going through. I'm talking about all the problems we face, all of them. And we dying faster and faster and faster. Our grandparents, we not seeing them last longer than 40, 50, 60 years. It's sad, man. It hurt. But are we eating what God gave us? Are we doing what God told us to do? Are we bathing in the waters that God gave us, or are we bathing in the waters of man and paying for it with fluoride and chemicals in it every night, 2-3 times a day, like he said? Are we eating 2-3 times a day, like they said? Or are we doing what God said? Are you eating what God gave you? Because you can eat that all day. Whatever God gave you, can eat it all day. It don't matter. But if you eat what these people tell you to eat, then what? You eating what these people tell you to eat, then you're not eating what God told you to eat. So you're not going to receive the message. It's like when the sun sends that light to that plant and it grows from that seed and produces this that God gave you. That light force, that light is information. When you eat this, you receive it. That's God. It's God. If you want to know what you're here for, then go back to what he gave you. He gave us so much, and we so lost. We don't know about. I can name a bunch of herbs, a bunch of plants. We don't know them. We're not familiar. We've been separated from that. We've been taken from that, when we are the finders of it. So it's sad, but at the same time, we got to get back to it. If you don't want to wear glasses for the rest of your life, then go find the herbs that's going to take it away. You don't got to wear glasses. You don't got to keep going to see that goofy doctor. You don't got to deal with that. If you got health issues and diabetes, you don't got to keep going and getting insulin in your finger all the time. God gave you so many herbs that will take care of it for you. You're eating so much stuff that God didn't design for you to eat. So of course you're going to have problems. Of course you're going to deal with this. Of course you're going to deal with that. But we're not dealing with God correctly. What did God say? God said that this body is what? We're supposed to be living in the image of what? This is a temple, right? Are you treating your temple fair? Are you acting very godly? You know, we don't follow God to just, we follow God to be in his image. We want to portray an image, a godly image. We want to set a standard for people that is appropriate for kids to see, and when they grow up they can say, oh, I want to be like him, I want to be like her. You know what I'm saying? But we're not doing that if we eat junk food all day. If we eat nothing that God gave us. And then we wonder why, oh, I got a headache. Oh my God, I'm so irritated. Oh, I got a mood swing. Oh, I'm scratching, I'm itching. I got eczema. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got other. What about God? You're chewing bubble gum. You're chewing all these different chemicals all the time in that temple. That temple has to regulate all. God gave you everything you need. You have a metabolism. I mean, not a metabolism. You have an immune system and certain lymph nodes in your body that's designed to literally eradicate any parasite, any disease, anything that enters that temple, that body. God gave you that. But if you're not powering that temple with what God gave you to power with, it's not going to work. Your temple not going to work because you're not putting in it what God gave you to put in it. And you mad now, you stress, you all this and you all that, but you're not doing what God said. We gotta go back. We can go do this and sit there and talk and all this and all that, but if we ain't gonna talk about what we need to be putting in our mouths, then it's a problem. It's a big problem. Because at the end of the day, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. And if God gave me this, and I'm eating this, I'm pretty godly. You ask me. If you gotta go eat and go kill that animal over there that God gave those plants that is about to go eat for his life, and you go kill it and take it. What type of image is that kind of saying? What kind of, you know what I'm saying? Kind of intentions, those hormones transfer over to our body. Those animal cells transfer over to our human cells that don't mix and cause a lot of issues, blockages, cloggage, all types of stuff, cancer. Yeah. It's not designed for you to eat. It's designed to eat the same stuff that God gave us. God gave them animals a lot of the same stuff he gave us. Different animals, it's different herbs. It's good for them, just like it's good for us. Because God gave it to us. But we in the store getting this fake gelatin, vitamin, all these different chemicals in, feeding it to our kids. We think that's going to help them and make them feel better. But God already gave us herbs. We didn't even need to go buy none of that man-made. It's not from God. So, you know what I'm saying? That if we want to get back in touch, if we want to know, I know a lot of people, man, they go to church, they go everything, they trying to figure out exactly what they here for. What's their purpose? Why am I here? God can show you that. Eat what he gave you to clear your mind up, to get all these toxic chemicals out of your body so you can get straight to where you need to be. ADHD, autism, a lot of these illnesses can be reversed with what God gave us. Look it up. I'm not just talking. It's out there. You can do a detox for 10 days and you look in the toilet, there's worms, you got parasites in there, you done cleared everything, your mental clarity is good, your energy levels is high, you can, you know what I'm saying? It's let the body do what it's supposed to do. Let it, if you eating 3 times a day, a whole bunch of, first of all, there's a lot of people don't understand. Your stomach is this big. Just how big your stomach is supposed to be. Size of your fist. So if they tell you that, and you know what's funny? If you notice a lot of stuff that God give us is that almost that same size, right? It's fit just to go right in the size of your stomach. Because it's God. You know what I'm saying? An apple. An orange. Some grapes. Some nuts. It's all this. This see what it's designed for? A big old piece of meat. No. A big old piece of meat ain't gonna fit in his stomach. It's gonna stretch it out and make it bigger and make it bigger and make it bigger and cause problems and get sick and get illness. Because God didn't design you to go and kill. What did God say? Thou shalt not what? Kill. So what you killing an animal that God's trying to let these plants grow for so it can go get his nutrients and live his life and breed and do what it's supposed to do? What you eating that for? You think you're not going to be a crazy, when a pit bull gets blood, what happens? In most cases, they get, vicious. They start attacking people because they didn't taste the blood and it bit somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you got to think about life and think about what God gave you. Don't go eating animal blood and all that stuff. That's a whole sacrifice that you don't even know that you're a part of. And don't do it. So look, you don't need to sacrifice nothing when God gave you everything. And it's just so sad that, and they try to throw so much stuff at you. The animals will overpopulate if we don't eat them. It's not enough here. Let them do them. Like, come on now. Y'all cutting all the trees down. What's y'all excuses for cutting all the trees down? The trees give off oxygen. We're supposed to breathe in this planet. Y'all cutting all the trees down and making houses that's not even gonna last for 40, 50 years. Barely last. Cheap. Not even made out of good material. Like y'all just destroying stuff to make nothing. It's sad, man. Like, but this is where I'm gonna leave it at today for y'all. We're gonna get back into what God has given us another day. Especially when I'm at home, I got a bunch of herbs. I got a bunch of different stuff that I can, let y'all know about. But I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all soon. Rich out. Like I said, do what God wants you to do. If God made it for you, go get it. Go find it. It's for you. It's gonna unlock something.